Hello everyone, my name is Michael SK and welcome back to Fate Stay Night Remastered. We are in day 2 of Prologue 2 and things have been very slice of life and not really much else. We have gotten a little bit of like some dumps of information on more of like the magical stuff, but nothing that really has clicked or stayed in my mind fully because we haven't really gotten into anything yet. Not that it's, not interesting, it's just we're still in the very beginning, and it's hard to put 2 and 2 together. But Slice of Life has made up like 95% of everything so far. However, there have been like little bits and pieces that remind us that, hey, the world isn't as ordinary as we all think it is here with all this Slice of Life. We did come across a new character, just very briefly in the previous episode, who actually hinted that Shirou needed to hurry the hell up and summon someone, which continues to confuse me because that person can perceive that he has the capabilities of being a master. However, Rin was completely unable to. Well, anyways, at least I'm thinking about things. It's almost 7:30. Sakura and Fujine have long since left the house for their morning club activities. I went to school early yesterday because Issei asked me to, but I leave the house at the usual time today. As you should. Use your time wisely. Never leave early. It's not worth it. Uh-oh. I noticed something strange as I walked down the hill towards the intersection. Several police cars are parked in front of a house. And is strange and concerning. Something must have happened since a crowd has gathered. There are easily 20 people watching. Huh? I'm curious, but the mass of people prevents me from finding out what's happening. I don't have much time, so I should hurry to school. Yeah, curiosity be damned. F all that, We didn't hear anything like that back when we were, Actually, you know what? Day 2, with Rin's perspective, she actually skipped school. She actually didn't go to school, so this is a whole new day for us here. I make it to school 10 minutes before the first bell. As I cross through the gate with plenty of time as usual...
Ohayo, Emiya.
Oh, hey. I run into a familiar student. Yeah, we haven't seen her since episode 1. Now, I know that she was brought up in the last episode. I remember her name. I don't know what's so funny, but she laughs heartily, not caring about her surroundings. This is Ayako Mitsuzuri. She's been a classmate of mine since we were first years, and she's currently the captain of the Kyoto Club. She's an unbelievably insightful person, and it was expected that she would be the team's next captain since her first year with them. Mitsuzuri is a precocious sort, and people have always had high hopes for her and even leaned on her ever since she was a first year. Then again, she gets mad whenever someone mentions that in front of her, claiming that she doesn't look as old as people think.
Huh? Nope,
not necessarily.
Oh, 言うじゃん。いいね。正直に答えるくせに何をどう考えてたかは口にしないんだもの。
You can never be too careful, you know.
シンジと違って隙がないな。
シンジ？なんでそこにシンジが出てくるんだ？
なんでも何も、あんたとシンジって友人じゃない。
Yeah, it's a very strange friendship that I was definitely questioning in the at the end of the previous episode.
シンジの男友達ってあんただけでしょ？それにお忘れでしょうが、私これでも弓道部の主将なの。うちの問題児とやめちまった問題児をくっつけるのは自然な流れだと思わない？
Is that how that works?
まあ確かに自然だ。弓道部ってのは関係ないけど、俺とあいつは腐れ縁だからな。
あ、カチンときた。あんたね、弓道部の話になると急に冷たくなるでしょ。いいご身分よね。シンジをほっぽっといて、自分はさっさと退場しちゃうんだから。後に残された私とかさくらの気持ちとか、少しは考えてくれてもいいんじゃない？
I don't know why you had to like single Shinji out like that. You could have just said like pretty much what you said there in the second half, in that second
シンジのや
sentence.
つまたなんかやったのか。
あいつが何もやらない日なんてないけど、
God, that guy's a pain in the ass.
まあそれにしても昨日の
I
はちょ
still
っ
have
と
to
や
give
りす
him the
ぎた。
benefit of the doubt in some sort of way, but
1年の男子
God
が
damn.
1人辞めたぐらいだから。
Michizuri sighs gravely. Seeing her look so serious is rare to begin with, but the rest of her story is particularly alarming.
なんだよそれ。部員が辞めたってなんで。
シンジのやつが八つ当たりしたのよ。わざわざ女子を集めてね、夢を持ったばかりの子にシャをさせて的中するまで笑い
Oh
物に
man,
したと
come
か。
on. That is fucked up.
はあ？お前そんな馬鹿げたことを見過ごしてたってのか。
見過ごすか。けどさ、首相ってのはいろいろと忙しいんだ。いつも道場にいるわけじゃないってエミヤだって知ってるでしょ。
それはそうだが。にしても何考えてんだシンジのやつ。
呆れた。エミヤっては本当にあれだ。
あれってなんだ。今お前よからぬ感想を漏らさなかった
Yeah,
な。
flip it on her.
あら、私はあくまで客観的な事実を連想しただけさ。それで気を悪くするのはエミヤの勝手だね。
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's
つい
fucked
さっ
up.
き聞いたような返答をしやがって。
That's our line.
いや、それよ
We have
りシンジ
rights
は
to
どう
use
したんだ
that.
よ。なんだってそんな真似をしたんだ。
聞いた話じゃ、遠坂にこっぴどく振られたとかなんとか。
遠坂ってあの遠坂か。
うちの学校にあれ以外の遠坂なんていないでしょ。
Nope.
2年 A 組の優等生、ミスパーフェクトこと遠坂凛よ。
On the surface, on the surface, she's Miss Perfect, definitely.
いや、
That is absolutely what she's trying to, achieve. But we all know that that's not necessarily the case. But it fits. It's no surprise Shinji got rejected. And knowing Tosaka, she probably had some pretty harsh insults to go along with the rejection. I'm pretty sure she said some really mean things.
シンジのやつは昨日からずっとその調子
Again,
よ。
I think that was all episode 1, so it's been a little
おかげ
bit.
で私もこんな時間まで道場で目を光らせてたってわけ。
シンジのやつ変にこらえが効かない時があるからな。三つ釣り大変だろうけど頑張ってくれ。
はいはい。けどね、シンジって懲りないでしょ。また遠坂に声をかけて振られた日には今度こそ遠坂本人に何かしそうでさ。
いや、いくら信じても振られた相手には近寄らないだろう。あいつそのあたりはちゃんとしてるぞ。
けど相手が近寄ってくるんだからしょうがないじゃない。遠坂さ、なんか知らないけどうちの道場よく見学に来るのよ。エミヤは辞めちゃったから知らないだろうけどね。
You didn't have to clarify it. We're fully aware. That's news to me. Rin Tosaka doesn't participate in any club activities because her family forbids it or something. She even turned down nominations to be a member of the student council, so I always thought that she went straight home after school.
ま、たまにはそれもいいか。あいつもお高く止まってるし、一度ぐらいは痛い目に遭うのもいいかもね。お気の毒様っていうか、ご愁傷様っていうか。
Michizuri has a weird way of looking at this. Now that I think about it, they say that Rin Tosaka has a lot of enemies. I wonder if Michizuri is one of them too. Oh no, definitely not.
おい、三つ釣り。いくらなんでもそれは。
あ、そろそろ時間だ。じゃあね、エミヤ。今度私の弓の調子見に来てよ。
I don't think we will. Michizuri hastily runs off.
相変わらずだな、あいつ。
I never minded how forthright she always is. I feel a bit more at ease and head towards the classroom. Time for another day of that student grind. And I guess also this. It's lunchtime. Our school has quite the cafeteria, and most of the students eat lunch there. But there are some old-fashioned students who still bring their own lunches, including myself and the student council president sitting in front of me.
エミヤ、 その唐揚げを一つくれないか。俺の弁当には圧倒的に肉分が不足している。
いいけど、なんだってお前の弁当ってそう質素なんだ一世。いくら寺だからって酒も肉も取らないなんて教えがあるわけでもないだろ
う。何を時代錯誤なことを。これは単に親父殿の趣味だ。小坊主に食わす贅沢はない。悔しいのなら己で何とかせよなどという。いっそ今からでも天祖になるか。俺も考えどころだ。
ああ、あのじいさんなら確かに。
Issei's father is the priest at Ryoto Temple, a larger-than-life figure who's also friends with Fujine's grandfather. Anyone who gets along with old man Fujimura can't possibly be normal.
それは。じゃあ、いつか恩返しを期待して一つ。
For two things now. I pass my bento box to him.
いや、ありがたく。これも托発の修行なり。
Issei bows deeply. I honestly question whether I should be reminded that he's the son of a priest at times like this.
そういえばエミヤ。
He doesn't really look the part, does he? But you can't judge a book by its cover.
ちょうどエミヤと別れるあたりの交差点だが。
I mean, we heard the sirens, but I guess we saw the people.
交差点?
Could it be the same intersection where I saw all the police cars this morning?
なんでもな。殺人があったそうだ。
Oh, it's just a straight up
詳
fucking
細は知ら
murder.
ないが、一家4人中助かったのは子供だけらしい。両親と姉は刺殺されたというが、その凶器が包丁やナイフではなく、
A
長物だと
long
いうのが普
weapon.
通じゃない。
A long weapon, guys. A long weapon. Does he mean a sword or something? No, it could also be a spear, a lance, or something, you know? Or a stick. If it's a murder, then that weapon killed the parents and the older sister. I can't help but imagine it. Someone sneaks in the house late at night. Unreasonable violence, a horrible nightmare the victim neither imagined nor wished for, like a traffic accident. The parents are slaughtered, the older sister falls victim without knowing what is happening. A lone child hidden in the shadows is covered in their family's blood.
一世、それ犯人は捕まったのか?
Now this is slice of life right here.
捕まってはいないようだな。信徒の方では欠陥工事による事故。こちらでは辻切りめいた殺人事件だ。学校の門限が早まるのも当然。どうしたエミヤ？喉に飯でも詰まったか？
別に。何もないけど、なんだよ、いきなり。
Does he have a problem?
いや、エミヤが厳しい顔をしていたのでな。少し驚いた。すまん。
Yeah, you know, now that I'm thinking about it, it is still fucking lunchtime, and he just brought up a murder case. Issei apologizes and tries to lighten the mood. I actually don't mind topics like this, and didn't realize I was looking so severe. Uh-oh. And then there's a gentle knock on the student council room's door. Oh, it's the instructor.
ああ、はい。何ですか、先生。
Mr. Kuzuki enters, and Issei steps over to him to have a quiet conversation. It must be a casual student council matter since Issei looks relaxed. It's something I don't see every day. Issei is surprisingly shy. He keeps his distance from classmates and even teachers, but for some reason he's warmed up to the student council advisor, Mr. Kuzuki.
真面目なとこで気が合うのかも。
I have absolutely no idea how to pronounce his first name, and I don't know if I really want to even try. Soichiro Kuzuki. We'll roll with that, you know. Hey, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. He's the homeroom teacher for Class 2A, and he's very serious and kind of weird. Some part of that is probably why he and Issei get on so well. The two continue to talk. As I watch them, I can't stop thinking about the murder. We should have investigated it further while we were there. I mean, we ended up at school with 10 minutes to spare. Like, we had the time to investigate and, you know, stick our nose where it doesn't belong. Classes end and it's time to go home. I can't wander around because I have work today. I shouldn't do anything at school. I should head straight to the neighboring town, but But maybe the morning's conversation bothered me more than I realized. The next thing I know, I'm at the Kyoto Club.
もう何やってんだ俺。
I realize I'm saying Kyoto. It's Kyoto. Michizuri said Rin Tosaka frequently visits. Well, I hadn't thought of that. But I think it'd be a problem if Shinji got violent against Tosaka.
シンジのやつカッとなると止まらないからな。
Is he, though? Is he really? Shinji lashing out at Tosaka because he got rejected, or because she rejected him, would be bad. Well, I don't know exactly how, but it would just be bad.
なんだ登坂いないじゃないか。
Nope, she didn't even come to school. Tosaka's nowhere to be found around the dojo. Michizuri worried for nothing.
へえ、誰がいないって？
And here's the man of the... Oh, nope. I'm sorry, that was Issei. I am so sorry,
誰が
sir.
いないって？
Sir, I am so fucking sorry. I thought you were an asshole. Issei, who I thought I'd parted ways with, is standing right next to me.
お前か一世。あんまり驚かすなよな。
いや、エミヤが挙動不審げに道場を眺めていたからつい。で、誰がいないって？
誰って登坂だよ。なんでも昨日シンジと一悶着あったらしいんだ。
ほうほう、挙動不審だな。聞かれてもいないのに理由まで話すなど。俺は誰がいないかと聞いただけなのだが。
Yeah, but you were gonna ask more questions, honestly.
なんだよ、別にいいだろ。俺。
うん、それはしかり。だが無駄だぞエミヤ。登坂はここにはいない。
That's a very blunt way of putting it, but it's also the truth. That did happen.
何？
Cut class, so she's absent.
そうか、欠席か。待て一世。なんで登坂がずる休みなんだよ。は
するとも、あいつが風邪などひくものか。俺が見たところあいつは悪いやつだ。外見に騙されるとパクッと食われるぞエミヤ。
Ah, so this is what you think of her. That's actually pretty interesting. Somehow what Issei's saying irritates me. Well, yeah, it's very fucking blunt. I may not know Tosaka that well, but I don't think that she's a bad person.
言い過ぎだぞ一世。登坂はそんなやつじゃないだろう。
ん？なんだ、エミヤも登坂狙いなのか。
Two?
ああ、それはすまない。今のは流してくれ。
A secret crush like hell.
勝手に決めつけるな。俺はただシンジが揉め事を起こしたら大変だから。
シンジが登坂に殴りかかろうとしたら止めるためか。またそんな役回りをするな。別に俺は気にしないが、
Jesus
割と
Christ.
趣味が悪いのだな、エミヤは。
My brother in Christ.
してないから損じゃない。けど一世、お前今変なこと言わなかった？
ん？登坂狙いは趣味が悪いってことかい？
そう。登坂は人気あるじゃないか。俺もあいつの悪い噂は聞かないぞ。
Could you argue that that could also be a bad thing in a completely different way? So let's say back in high school, guys, you came across somebody that, you know, the gossip, the rumors and all that was that there was nothing wrong with them, that they were squeaky clean, that they were the perfect student or some shit like that. Wouldn't that also be kind of alarming in a way? Wouldn't that raise an eyebrow?
ああ、聞かないね。それがまた気に食わない。
Yeah, there you go.
気に食わないってどの辺がだよ。
だから全部だよ。あれはメギツネだ。
Okay, I don't know about all that though. I don't know about all
とにか
that.
く生理的に気に食わない。
A person may not be perfect, but they're not a vixen, a minx, a monster. Come on now.
いいっせ。人の陰口は良くないってお前の口癖じゃなかったか？
Hypocritical.
これが陰口に入るか？俺は聞こえるように喋っている。
It's still gossip though. No wonder I sense people watching us. Well, that's a relief. I'm really glad Tosaka's absent today.
頼む一世。悪いが早速陰口にしてくれ。
うん。エミヤがそういうのなら了解した。が、 とりわけ中傷をしていたわけではないぞ。
They are
単
slander.
に
What
竜道
the
一
fuck are
世
you
が
talking
遠坂凛を
about?
警戒していると言っただけだ。あくまで個人の趣味嗜好の範囲だろう。
その割には妖怪だとかメギツネだとか言ってたけど。
I'm pretty sure minx is definitely a derogatory term. Is it
何？
actually?
褒め言葉だ。メギツネにも妖怪にもいいものはいる。
Hold on, I'm looking that up because I don't want that to be something bad actually.
あくまで遠坂を表現する値として採用しただけである。
Okay, it's not that bad. It's not as okay. I thought it was a straight up like slur or something like that, but no, it is rude to call somebody that from the quick little definition I read on my phone, but yeah, I would not call anybody that honestly. That's going a little too far. Issei laughs.
それではな。俺は生徒会室に戻るが、エミヤはバイトだろう。こんなところで道草を食っている暇はなかろう。
Issei leaves calm and composed, perhaps because he felt satisfied having said everything that he wanted to say. I've known him for 2 years now, but honestly, I still don't get that guy. Yeah, honestly, again... Okay, well, that sounded lovely. Again, I don't want to create, like, a negative bias towards anybody yet, even so I'm kind of doing that with Shinji. Like, how I perceive him, it's not good at all. But, god damn it, man. Like, you don't go and say that about people. I don't know. I ride the bus from school for 20 minutes. I arrive at Shinto, the neighboring town across the bridge.
なんだ。まだ5時前か。少し時間があるな。
There aren't that many part-time jobs in the residential area of Miyama, but there are plenty in Shinto since it's a developing area. Our school allows students to hold part-time jobs, so I take on simple ones. I prefer my jobs to be physical, and the tougher and shorter they are, the better. I get paid all while training my body, so it's like killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Yeah, not many people would really want to go that route, but kudos to you. Today I'll work from 5 to 8 o'clock for a simple loading job. There's also going to be a cross here between him and Rin. I really do remember it because she was at the top of that building. It may just be 3 hours of work, but it feels more like 6, since they make you work without a minute's rest. Which means I need to rest when I have the opportunity, or even if it's just for 10 minutes. Walking around aimlessly would be a waste of energy, so I decide to rest at a park until it's time. Oh hey, it's this one. This park is nestled between buildings, and it's like a giant plaza full of trees and shrubbery. A park should be, or should typically be filled with families and couples during weekdays or weekends and holidays, but this one is deserted at this hour. In fairness, this place is always desolate, no matter the time or day.
相変わらずだな、ここは。
I sigh in exasperation. The area is unkept, and it's really pretty ugly compared to other places that are properly landscaped and maintained. As if the desolate location had set the mood, the wind itself blows cold and harsh. And this place is the remnant of the great catastrophe that happened 10 years ago, and it's the very place where I was saved from the brink of death.
なんで芝生とか植えないんだろう。いつまでもこのままってのはもったいない。
The area is quite large, so if they leveled it, there would be plenty of space to work on the park. I sit down on a bench as I think. With nothing else to do, I stare out over the burned area to pass time. I don't remember anything that happened here. The only thing I remember is that it was hot and I couldn't breathe, and that some people died trying to save others.
どうしてそうなのかな。
One adult here died because they were trying to save a child from a burning house. Another person was offered all of the available water to extinguish their raw, parched throat, while others in the same situation died. Someone here tried to flee the fire as fast as they could, but the people left behind died. And someone died here because they gave whatever it was that kept them alive to someone they didn't even know. I don't like thinking about that. Just thinking about people trying to help and becoming victims for their trouble makes me angry. Is it too much to ask for everyone to be saved? and for them to get their happy ending afterward? All I want is to see people peacefully prevail. Why can't that happen?
それは難しい。シロの言っていることは誰も彼も救うということだからね。
And that was Kiritsugu's response to the question when a very young me asked it. As a child, I obviously refused to accept that idea. But you saved me, Kiritsugu. I knew you were a magician, and you could do anything. I knew you were a champion of justice who wouldn't let anyone suffer, and you did it without asking for any reward. That's why I've always believed you managed to save everyone back then. In response to me shouting this at him, Kiritsugu looked more troubled than I'd ever seen him, and said something I remember to this day.
シロ、誰かを救うということは誰かを助けないということなんだ。いいかい？正義の味方に助けられるのはね、正義の味方が助けたものだけなんだよ。
Yeah, I get that. And now that it's been pointed out, it seems so obvious. Imagine if there was a burglar and some hostages, and the burglar intends to kill the hostages. Under normal circumstances, a majority of the hostages would probably die. But if by some miracle all the hostages were saved, there's someone who didn't get saved. The burglar, of course, since saving the hostages was done at the cost of his life. The people the champion of justice saves are only those whom the champion of justice deems to save. That's why saving everyone is impossible. Even God can't do that.
それが天才ならなおさらだ。誰であろうと全てを助けるなんてできなかった。
The fire 10 years ago was like that. As someone who was miraculously saved from the incident, it wasn't my place to say anything at this point.
けど嫌だ。
That's fair. I can't really blame him on that. I don't want anything like that. I don't like the idea that there's a limitation to who can be saved. And that's fair. That is totally fair. No matter how impossible it may be, I need to reach out to help. I can't stand to see people around me die like back then. If the person I am now had been there 10 years ago, I would have thrown myself into the fire.
そのまま無駄死にしてたろうな。間違いなく。
Okay, but if like your act, if your heroic act, let's say, was to save everybody but kill yourself, would that be an okay trade instead of giving your life for one specific person? That would have happened for sure. Jeez, I can't even fantasize in my head.
しまった。ぼんやりしてたら5時になっちまった。
Yeah, we were in deep thought there. A bell in the distance rings, chiming 5 o'clock. I get up from the bench and hurry to my part-time job. We're not gonna cross ways with anyone there? We good? I believe so. By the time I'm done working, the sun has long since set. It's a little before 8 o'clock. I finished about 10 minutes earlier because I kind of overworked myself. Maybe it's because I stopped by that park before work. That might have motivated me to push myself harder. At the train station, the night is just getting started. There are a bunch of people milling about and an endless stream of cars on the road.
藤姉にお土産はいいか。
No, I mean, come on now. It is busy. I walk along the path as I gaze up at a lighted building. It's the biggest building in Shinto, so I can't see all the way to the top. As I gaze at the building, enjoying the nighttime scenery... Oh yeah, here we go. I think I see something bizarre.
なんだ今の。
I stop and try to look to the very top. I squint, trying to bring what I see into focus, but it's like staring at grains of rice. There she is. It looks like someone I know. But I can't think why this girl But I can't think why this girl I know would have a reason to be there. I was getting a little tongue twisted. It doesn't seem like she's going to do anything up there. But she's just standing there looking down at the city as the wind ruffles her hair. She doesn't seem to notice me down below. Actually, there's no way she could see me. Even my near-perfect vision enhanced with magecraft can barely distinguish what's up there. I'm able to tell that she's up there because she's isolated. Not really. But there's no way she would be able to pick me out of a crowd on the ground, but she did. She did. Never estimate really both sides here. She's just looking down at the town. It seems like she's looking for something. I can almost feel her sharp gaze even at this distance. I forget how long it's been, but I continue to look up at the girl standing in the void. She stands at the top of a high tower. She's like a magician looking down at the surface world with the bright moon shining bright behind her. And then she disappears, apparently done with whatever brought her up there. The rooftop stands empty, and the scenery returns back to nothing more than the beautiful night sky. She did see him, by the way, right? Like, am I misremembering? I think that she felt like she was being looked at by somebody with magecraft, and obviously that is what's happening now. But she also then pointed out that she recognized somebody that she goes to school with, and I'm pretty sure that was Shirou, right? I can't be sure, but I'm probably right about who it was at least. Okay, well, who else is wearing that fit, you know? There aren't many girls I know who stand out like her, and besides, I'm not so out of it that I'd fail to notice a girl I secretly admire. It's just, Tosuka sure has a weird way of spending her time. That's a really good way of putting it, actually. Unlike Shinto, there is no sign of people anywhere in Miyama. There is nobody around after 8 at night, and the town is silent and still. The house I saw this morning stands across the intersection. There are no signs of life, and a no trespassing sign hangs over the front door. In just a single day, that house has fallen quiet, almost like an abandoned building. A girl and her parents were killed by a burglar. I wonder what life awaits now for the single child who survived. I wonder if it's maybe who we saw yesterday, or maybe it's somebody else. I mean, you could say that this is being brought up because, you know, it's to lay a layer of mystery, I guess you could say, on this entire area, you know? Things just aren't normal here. But there also could be a connection that's going to, you know, relate to the 7 masters that are about to do battle to the death here. I bite my lip, frustrated by my powerlessness. I promised that I'd be just like Kiritsugu, but I couldn't do anything, even when something like this happens so close to home. I want to help people, but I don't even know what I can do. You gotta just, you know, let that come to you, honestly. I reach the top of the hill where my house sits. The lights are on, so Fujine or Sakura are still inside. Isn't this also the night where Sakura was kind of getting, you know, bothered? Fujine turns toward me, munching on a rice cracker. The TV is tuned to a lively variety show.
Oh
man, when the winter hits, it's nighttime by like 3 p.m.
だから早く帰ってきてるだろ。8時までのバイトを選んでるんだから、これ以上無茶言わないでくれ。で、さくらはどうしたんだよ。なんか晩飯の支度だけはできてるみたいだけど。
さくらちゃんなら早めに帰ったわよ。今日は用事があるからって晩ご飯だけ作ってくれたの。
So it's probably on her way home whenever she was getting bothered by that guy. Fujine cheerfully replies. As far as she's concerned, anyone who makes her food is a good person.
そっか。確かにしばらくはその方がいいかもしれないな。最近は物騒だし、いっそ新学期まで晩飯は俺が作ろうか。
反対。シロ帰ってくるの遅いじゃない。それからご飯作ってたら食べるの10時過ぎになっちゃうよ。
I see you see the severity and everything here, and his reason for even suggesting this.
だからここが私の家だよ。
Fujine tilts her head, puzzled. Honestly, I'm not sure if a response like that should make me happy or sad.
わかったよ。藤姉に飯を作れなんて無理難題を言ってもしょうがねえ。それはいいけど、足元のそれなんだよ。また余計なものを持ってきたんじゃないだろうな。
Fujine has a tendency to leave a bunch of junk here. She'll bring stuff like bowls from restaurants that are too big to be functional, an unnecessarily heavy earthen teapot, or a weird guitar that plays itself. She must think this place is convenient storage or something.
ちょっと見せてみろ。ゴミだったら捨てるから。
うちで余ったポスターだけど。
Fujine hands me the poster. It's probably a poster of some no-name singer.
どれどれ
I knew it. It's a poster of a young man wearing a military uniform, smiling with his thumbs up, all in front of a cheap-looking blue sky background. The caption on the poster, in bloody font, "Love's lovely Rangerland." Alright. Come to the self-defense meetup. Hey, this is a recruitment poster for a youth group.
それいらないからあげるね。
Why did you
これ
even
だって
keep
い
it?
らねえよこんなの
Why did you hold on to it? Why did you accept it? I quickly roll the poster back up and try to whack Fujine on the head with it.
へへん。外れ。
However, Fujine counters mercilessly with another poster that she had been holding. Her poster sword bops me like... What the fuck? Stars! I see stars!
シロの腕で私に当てようなんて
What
甘
the
い
hell
わ
did she hit
よ。
him with?
悔しかったらもうちょっと腕を磨きなさいね。
そんな問題じゃないだろう今の。なぜに紙のポスターがかような破壊音を。
Did she manage some sort of technique only a true poster master can execute?
ごめんごめん。こっちのポスター初回特典版なんで
Oh,
豪
of
華鉄
course.
板仕様だった。
100% of course.
シロ頭大丈夫？
藤ねいつか絶対に人を殺すぞ。
I'm surprised she hasn't so far. We've only known her truly for a couple days.
えへへ。その時はシロがお嫁にもらってくれるから安心かな。
Uh-huh.
全速でお断りです。そんな天然殺人鬼を相方にもらう気はないやい。
I'm holding you to that.
うん。私そんな物騒なのじゃないと思う。
やっぱり得てしてそういう連中は自覚がないっていうのは本当だったのか。
Pray that I survive. I'll have to be very careful from now on if I'm gonna have any hope of avoiding being murdered.
ふんだ、言ってなさい。そんなことよりシロ、私お腹減った。今まで待ってたんだから早くご飯の用意しよう。
Fujine gets up. What's up with Fujine? She must be really hungry if she's offering to help, even if it's just help setting the table. Excuse me there.
はいはい。じゃあ藤姉は皿と茶碗な。ご飯ぐらい告げるだろ。
告げるよ。ねえシロ、私丼でいいかな。
いいんじゃないか。今日はさくらもいないし、どうせ飯は余るし。
よしよし。それじゃ、シロもお揃いね。
Fujine scoops mounds of rice into the two large bowls. Whatever. I was gonna go for a second helping anyway, and if I meddle in what Fujine does now, we may really not have any dinner. Besides, this is the kind of chaotic scene dinner at my home has been for years. Which might be better than just a casual, boring one. Another day ends. We finish our rowdy dinner, and after I see off Fujine, I take a bath. After that, I head to the shed for my daily training. I complete it as usual and then go to sleep. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. Today ends peacefully and without incident. But tomorrow be different. I guess it already is tomorrow. But today, oh boy, today's the day. I don't think there was like a single choice to make in this one actually, so whatever. On to day 3. This is the day that shit goes down, guys. Shirou's gonna become a completely different person. Long day, long night. All right. No, we know what's gonna happen here. We all do. I'm in a fire. Houses crumble and people burn. No matter where I go, all I see is crimson. This is what I saw 10 years ago. It's a long forgotten memory of the past. I run through the scenery, recreating what happened. I know it's a nightmare, but there's no way to escape. I run, and I keep running. Every time the scene ends with me as a child running out of energy and getting rescued. Which, at least we get a little bit of a happy ending there. However, being involved in the nightmare, I'm sure is awful. I wake up feeling wrong. A hand to my forehead tells me that I'm sweating even though it's winter. Is he sick? The clock reads past 6. I hear the soft sounds of chopping from the kitchen. Not really the time to be impressed by what an early riser she is. I need to hurry up and get ready so I can help her with breakfast. Is it actually her, though?
シロ、今日どうするのよ。土曜日だから午後はアルバイト？
いや、バイトは入ってないよ。一世のところで何かやってると思うけど、それがどうかしたか？
別に。暇だったら道場の方に遊びに来てくんないかなーって。私、今月ピンチなのだ。
ピンチって何がさ？
お財布事情がピンチなの。誰かがお弁当作ってくれると嬉しいんだけどな。
断る。自業自得だ。たまには一食ぐらい抜いた方がいい。
で、
I've been
シロ
there.
には期待してないもん。
It kind of
私が
sucks,
頼
but
りに
yeah,
してる
you
のは
can.
さくらちゃ
You
ん
can
だけ
afford
な
it.
んだから。ね、さくらちゃん。
はい、私と同じものでよろしければ用意しておきますね、先生。
オッケーオッケー。じゃあ今日は一緒にお昼を食べましょう。
Breakfast goes smoothly. Today's menu includes the typical sides, and the main dish is braised lotus root. Good fucking question what that is. Konyaku and chicken. Sakura probably didn't need to make such an elaborate dish for breakfast, but I'm guessing she made extra to pack for lunch. Sakura is a member of the Kyoto Club, and Fujine is the club's faculty advisor. There we go. Nobody would think it was weird for the two of them to have the same lunch.
そういえばシロ、今朝は遅かったけど何かあった？
Fujine looks my way as she sips her miso soup. As much as she's just kind of out there most of the time, she's pretty sharp about this kind of thing.
昔の夢を見た。寝覚めがすっげえ悪かっただけで、あとはなんともない。
That actually does sum it up really well from what we've
なん
seen.
だ、いつものことか。なら安心かな。
It's not an interesting topic for Fujine, so she shifts the conversation in another direction. That doesn't bother me one bit. 10 years ago, I used to have nightmares a lot back when I couldn't shake the memory of that fire. But as time went on, those nightmares grew less and less frequent, and I've gotten to the point where the dreams don't bother me anymore. I've been told my nightmares were pretty bad back then, though. Fujine was already with us by then, and she's been sensitive about changes in me since.
シロ、食欲はある？今朝に限ってないとかない？
ない。なんともないんだから、人の夢にかこつけて飯を横取りするな。
シロが強くなってくれて嬉しいけど、もうちょっと繊細でいてくれた方がいいな、お姉ちゃんは。
そりゃこっちのセリフだ。もうちょっと可憐になってくれた方がいいぞ、弟分としては。
We both huff and turn our heads away from each other. Seeing that as a sign that I'm fine, Fujine smiles in relief. Honestly, I appreciate her consideration, but I know she'll get an ego about it if I say it directly, so I pretend to grunt in protest instead. Sakura looks puzzled by our interaction. Why would she be puzzled about it? I'm sure she also, realizes that the two of them are pretty damn close. Pretty much like siblings. Soon after Fujine leaves, I lock up in Sakura and I leave as well. So we're going to school with her.
先輩、今日の夜から月曜日までお手伝いに来れませんけどよろしいですか？
Ah, shit. Well, it's just one day, basically.
別にいいよ。だって土日だろ？さくらだって付き合いがあるんだから気にすることないぞ。
そんな違います。そうい じゃないです。本当に個人的な用事でちゃんと部活にだって出るんですから。だから何かあったら道場に来てくれれば何とかします。
I do wonder if that is actually what she has going on. I mean, I'll take her
土
word
日
for
だ
it.
からって遊びに行くわけじゃないです。だから変な勘違いはしないでもらえると助かります。
Yeah, what? Sakura is acting suspicious, or rather, she seems nervous. I don't know why, but it's probably just that she can't come over the weekend.
わかった。なんかあったら道場に行くよ。
Yeah, better not to pry.
そうしてもらえれば嬉しいです。
Sakura sighs in relief. But the moment Sakura lowers her gaze, her expression stiffens.
先輩。
What's wrong with his hand? Sakura is staring at my left hand. I look down and see blood trickling from it.
あれ
I pull up my shirt sleeve. Yeah, blood.
なんだこれ。昨日の夜ガラクタいじってて切ったかな。
How the hell did he manage that? But I don't feel any pain. It looks like there's a welt on my hand. The bruise stretches all the way from my shoulder to the back of my hand. It looks like a snake that's trying to reach my palm from the top or the top of my shoulder.
ま、痛みもないし、すぐに引くだろう。大丈夫。気にするほどじゃない。
はい。先輩がそう言うのでしたら気にしません。
Yeah, I'm sure you'll still continue to worry, but yeah, I mean, I guess it's nothing. The sight of the blood probably made Sakura sick, so she's keeping her head down. Which is also fair. Whenever I get like blood drawn for like a blood test or for like donation, I never look. I don't want to see that blood. Sakura heads to the club while I head to the school building. The schoolyard is filled with athletic club members training, and this morning is practically brimming with enthusiastic energy. But something feels strange. Everything in the school is as usual. The students exercising for morning practice are lively, and the new school building is spotless.
気のせいか。
It is not just your imagination, brother. You are detecting that this entire school has been put into a cursed bubble. But when I close my eyes, the mood changes drastically. The building walls feel stained like membranes have latched onto them, and the students themselves seem like empty dolls.
疲れてるのかな、おい。
I shake my head to clear it and head on to campus. I mean, he was right to think that something was up, but there's absolutely like zero way that he would be able to actually tie that all together. School ends early on Saturdays. Classes end in the morning, but by the time I finish helping Issei, the sun is starting to set.
さて、そろそろ帰るか。
I pack my bag and leave the classroom. But then...
なんだ
Ah, fuck.
まだ学校にいたんだエミヤ
God damn it. Alright. Guys, low-key, I actually am very tired, so this seems like a fantastic place to just wrap this one up, because I really don't want to play all of a sudden. This guy just has that power in him. Let's check the flow chart. Okay, so... yeah, we're coming up on the fight again. Yeah, there was a different direction that we could have gone here, but it could have just led into basically all that. Wait, we did have a choice. Oh, but we went into a different route based on choices. Oh, wow. There's a whole lot of things that we could have done here. I think it all leads to this. I remember now. Yeah, we were given quite a few choices, but yeah, we've made some progress here. I guess I accidentally got brownie points with this choice over here with Issei, but cool. And here was that character, yeah. That child that we came across or whatever. All right, yeah, we're making choices. Look, there was one over here too. Like this straight off. It did. Interesting. Cool. I like that, you know? My actions from earlier are having greater effects than I realized. I don't know why, but I really dig that for some reason. I guess I just don't play a whole lot of visual novels with choices, especially when they actually run a little deeper than you would actually think. But anyways, yeah, thank you all for tuning in. Again, I am tired, so I'm just probably eventually just gonna crash the hell out, but this was still fun to record tonight. Hope you all enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, all that fancy jazz, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take it easy.